I seem to be developing like a line, like a Gary Neville forehead line. I feel like that was always there. Maybe I've been scowling a lot.
Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
Where are you going, Spider? Where are you going? Oh, nearly fell off. Episode 76. Willkommen.
Welcome. Getting through them.
Yeah, rattling through.
Yep.
Rattling through. How you doing?
Episode 100 will come later this year.
Yeah, that'll be something.
Yeah. Don't know what. Should we plan something big or just shit out another?
We can speak words, but
yeah,
you know.
What'd you say? How am I?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
You? Good bank holiday?
I've been a bit ill. You know,
Yeah.
I've had a cold. You might be able to tell audibly still that I'm a little bit, bunged. I am just being slightly put off because there's a big spider crawling on the wall in the studio.
Right before we started recording, he said there's a spider up there.
Yeah.
That's going to throw you off all episode.
I've just got my eye on his 8.
Yeah.
How many eyes do spiders have?
I don't know. That's a good question. 6? It's more than 2.
6 legs, 8 legs. 6 legs, 8 legs. Yeah, he's just having a wander around my Oxygen Thief vinyl, framed vinyl on the wall.
Get that in.
It's got me on a speaker. I had to make it myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one made that for me.
No.
Cost more than the bloody record. He's all right. Bank holiday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Were you working?
Yeah, I'm always working. I worked all day Sunday and Monday afternoon to evening. But
more pay for the bank holiday?
Double pay.
Double bubble.
Yes, throw money about this.
Yeah, lovely stuff.
Yeah, I was like, do you want me to come in early? Or, But, yeah, and
I used to lap up the bank holiday pay when I worked at Sainsbury's.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because when I started, they were like, oh, you get your bank holidays. And I was like, and I feel like I've worked a few. And I was like, what do you mean you get your bank holidays? But I think they meant to say you'll get double pay or something. But I don't mind. I think there's a good chance I'll be working Christmas Day this year. And don't mind double pay. Do you know what I mean? Like, Elfie
will you have to dress up as Santa?
Maybe. Elfie will be in France. Mum and Dad, I can see them another time.
Yeah.
So I'll get that double wonga. All about that. I'll work New Year's as well,
Yeah,
Put me on any shift that other people don't want to do. Unless it's a Saturday.
And then you can become the hero because most people don't want to work them.
No, exactly. I don't mind.
Oh, thanks, George. Thanks so much.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome.
But yeah,
when I need an alibi for committing murder, you're gonna return the favour.
This is it. What did you do? Bank holiday?
Well, I gigged Saturday, worked all day Sunday, and then I actually had bank holiday Monday off.
Nice.
Which it
like
always
a normal person.
Yeah, these they always catch me out because I have no indication when they are. Like nothing in my because work schedule doesn't dictate when bank holidays are.
No. For
me, and they always crop up, and then I'm like, and some because actually some people want to book in the studio for on bank holiday because they've got the day off.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to, so the regular schedule gets thrown off, and then sometimes it's like, oh shit, it's a bank holiday and someone's booked in.
Yeah.
And you actually have to think about it in advance and go, do I want the day off or do I want to be open and not leave it to chance? And this time I didn't leave it to chance. I closed the studio and had a nice day off.
Nice.
Yeah, so no double pay for me. Someone said to me once, oh, double pay, and I went, you're having a laugh.
Yeah.
It's my business.
Yeah.
No, I don't get double pay.
No.
So no, I had the day off, but nice to just have a day to help recover from this cold.
Well, good for you. I'm glad you could do your gig on the weekend because I could not do mine. Should we delve into that?
Well, let's rewind into George's weekend.
Well, George's weekend before this weekend we've just had. So
a couple of weekends ago,
I had 2 gigs on the trot. one with Elliott Joseph.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. He sung in your bands, sings in one of mine.
We talked about your rehearsal you had in Brighton.
Yeah.
Yes. So you were rehearsing for the big show.
For the big show at Country on the Coast in
What on the coast?
Country. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
where's your cut off though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all feel a bit lagged at that point. Like on the coast. So yeah, no, we played there. Weird sort of gig.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Where's
like
country, isn't it? It's gonna be weird.
it's like I get it's country, but can we have
What time
seats?
are you on?
Why do we have to sit on hay bales? Is what I want to ask. You know what I mean? There's a lot of hay bales.
The inventor of the chair is livid.
My parents came down. It's 25 quid a ticket, and it's hay bales to sit on, and it was just like, where's the money gone on chairs? You know, but anyway, yeah. But we were sort of the only band there because we turned up and there was some sort of like acoustic songwriter guy. Where's the spider?
He's gone. I don't know where he is. I've lost track.
No, that's worse.
Sorry, keep going.
No. I want to do a side note here. Do you remember that mouse that used to live in the studio, in your studio?
Yeah, Brent.
And, yeah. And I saw it one night when I was in the office, and I texted you, say, I've just seen a mouse, and you went, oh, I wondered where he'd been, or something like that. And I was like,
well, we've had lots of nature.
Well, let's talk about the seagull. I'm fine.
Oh, Pete.
Yeah.
Pete. R.I.P.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
he had no wings, was it, or something?
No. It just so basically across the car park is Booker's.
Yeah.
And you occasionally get some seagulls sort of nesting up there. And I think what happened was, there was just quite a young seagull just wandering around the car park. And I think what happened is the mum did that thing of they get rid of the weak one.
Yeah.
They're like, I got 4 kids. I'll get rid of one because I can look after 3.
Yeah.
So I think she just threw that one off the roof, and he survived. But I think he was like too young, and he didn't really learn how to fly.
Yeah.
So he just walked around, and I noticed like he was constantly just walking around the car park, and people were putting out water for him and stuff. And then one day he just wandered into the studio, went in the live room, and just pottering about. And that was Pete. And then one day we didn't see him again.
Yeah.
And, we had a gig that night, and we raised a drink in his honour. And there was the cricket that was stuck in the door. Like the concrete sort of doorstep to get in the building. There's like a kind of gap, and I think a cricket was in there, and you could just hear it constantly. Just for a month, there was just a cricket noise constantly at the entrance of the studio.
Yeah.
There was Brent the mouse.
Brent the mouse. There also used to be a massive spider one summer. I think it was my first summer there, and it used to just hang around. And I don't like killing spiders because I feel bad, but it was huge. And I just threw a drum stool at it because it was like on the wall, and it's doof, and then it fell. And I told you and you were like, thanks, mate. But Neil was really upset. He was like, that's selfish. Why did you do that? And I was like, well, all bands were getting scared as well, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then we had get quite a lot of spiders, and had 2 in the corner of the reception, and I called them OB and Stu. Old Blacksmith Studios.
Ah, that's good, yeah.
And kind of like Max and OB from Hollyoaks. So OB is a name.
Yeah.
If you're wondering.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was a Star Wars thing. OB. So anyway, I had a gig with Elliott and Country on the Coast. And yeah, so I feel like all the other acts were sort of singer-songwriter acts. So just acoustic guitar and someone singing. And then we turned up, 5-piece band, and the sound man. I mean, I know sound men, sound women. Sound people get a lot of shtick sometimes for being, annoyed at everyone. But this guy...
For being pricks.
Yeah, but this guy was rubbish. He was rubbish. He didn't really sound check anything because he was like, oh, it's on, so it's okay. And then even when... Because Elliott had an acoustic and electric, and he was sound checking his electric, and then Elliott was like, oh, am I right to sound check my acoustic? He was like, he literally went, mate, we've had loads of acoustic guitars today, I'm sure it'll be all right. And I was like, right, he don't give a shit. And yeah, we were playing the gig, and just no one could really hear anything, and it just wasn't. I don't know. It wasn't fun. Like, we had fun on stage, you know, but it was kind of let down. And afterwards, me and Jamie were like, "Yeah, I didn't have a clue what was." You know, thankfully we all held it together because we knew the songs. But
what time are you on?
9. I can't remember. Maybe 8:30. But yeah, but then after that, there was this woman who sung, and she was just like singing along to backing tracks, and it was just like, I felt like, I don't know, there should have been more bands, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, we just got a karaoke singer now. So we left. We all went, we tried to get everyone out because Sarah was playing keys and she had her mate, and they were like, we're going to go down Albert Road. I was like, yeah, I'm up for that. But then Jamie and Dean went back to Brighton. Elliott came out just to say bye and then left. But I went to, karaoke place with them too. And it was quite funny for a bit.
Did you sing anything?
I did. We did Busted, What I Go to School For.
Sure.
The 3 of us. But then, headed back. But then the next night, I had a gig with the 505s on the Isle of Wight again.
Classic,
Seem to be on the Isle of Wight every week. Gig was fine. Nothing interesting to talk about. Oh, here's something though that was quite funny. So we had to.
Is this the one with the clip you put on Instagram of nearly disrupting the disco set with this podcast?
Yes,
Josh's finger hovering over.
Yeah, that was the one. So yeah, weird timing because I mean dream timing. It was like start at 7:30. They were like, do your 2 hours, and then we just want DJ until midnight. We were like, yeah, perfect. But we started the DJ set when we finished at like 9:30 or something like that. And we were just, packing down. And we told them, we were like, we're going to, we'll put it on. We'll be there. There'll always be someone manning the iPads, but we'll be packing down. And she was like, yeah, cool. So I was doing it. Sam and Josh went out for a fag, and I could see this guy looking at me. I was sort of stood there. I think I was leaning on an amp by the iPad, and this guy was clearly talking about me to his wife, pointing at me, going, look at him, he's just on his phone. What is this? It's like, this is awful. And I was like really self-conscious. So then I pretended I was doing stuff on the iPad, like just because I felt embarrassed. But he wouldn't, and people were dancing. Everyone was dancing. But those two were just kind of stood there like, what is this? This is shit. And later on, I saw him go up to Sam to talk to Sam, and I was like, I'm going to stay out of this because I know this guy's annoyed. And basically, he turned up after we'd finished playing and thought like that was the event sort of thing. So, and all it was 2 speakers and a light bar, and then someone sat by an iPad. He was like, this can't be the DJ. How is this a DJ? And we had to explain to him like, no, we've played music for 2 hours and now we're just doing add-on music. But he was really like visibly pissed off, and we were like, oh, fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was just, it's like
so this is for those who don't know, there's an additional option when people book wedding bands for our agency for a DJ service. And it's an extra amount of money, and so.
But let's say it's not the price you pay for a DJ.
No, it's a lot less. Yeah. So, and it it's packaged as, so basically, if you want a DJ, you can have it all provided under one service. Under one umbrella. But in my opinion, it's an absolute con. Yeah. Like it's a joke, really, and I'm not doing anything about it myself to remedy that fact. But basically, they pay a bit of extra money. And it's up to the band. It's usually for one person, but usually you split it. Yeah. And you share that money between you. And what it basically is there's no DJ setup. There's no decks. There's no laptop. There's no like big table with lights. What you'd expect a DJ to be. It's basically we'll just be using the same iPad we just put any generic music on. Yep. Someone will just be sat there, and if you've got a request, we'll put it on. Yeah. So it is weird to just see you just see 2 or 3 blokes just sat around an iPad, sat there doing nothing, and letting the playlist just play through. And if someone goes, "Have you got this?" and you put it on, and if you can get Wi-Fi, it's fine. But guarantee people ask for songs. If you haven't got Wi-Fi, because you have to download stuff, off Spotify. That's what we're playing it through. We're just playing it through Spotify. There's no music collection we have, And so And I think some people pay the money and expect a full kind of DJ rig, you know, mixing songs and and having that big collection of music. But in reality, it's just a bloke with an iPad.
Yeah.
You know,
so you can see why that guy was like, what the fuck is this?
But then sometimes, like I did one the other week where they'd pay for the DJ set. I think some clients because standard package with the band booking is that we'll put music on in between, between and after our sets, and the clients can provide a playlist for us to put on. If not, we've got some generic playlists that we can put on. And I think some people just they think to get music in between their sets, they have to pay the DJ money. Yeah. And if they don't, there'll be no music. Yeah. And so actually, you can do some where the wedding runs so late, and with the set times, and maybe it's an early finish, that I did it once. I put music on for 20 minutes.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was Decade gig we did the other day, that was DJ add-on, and I don't think there was
I put one song on, there was a request. That was it, one song.
Yeah.
But like we did it for total hour. And then sometimes, like a gig like you just done, or other gigs, you're there for 4 hours, you know?
Yeah, well that one...
Put a music, and people are just constantly coming up to you asking for songs.
Sometimes it's harder than playing the gig. The one we did in Guildford... Like me and Neil done it, and they were just requesting constantly, and every song we requested was somehow wrong, even though they requested, and we were just like, we have to be on this. But and
Spotify is just some reason like you download everything offline, because usually you're in the middle of the countryside, so there's no 4G or anything, and like Spotify, you download it offline. Now I had this literally on the gig I did last weekend. You download it all offline, turn up to the gig, and none of it's playable. Yep. It's all offline. Thankfully, we were able to get onto the venue's Wi-Fi, and as soon as we connected to their Wi-Fi, they all appeared online. We've had it before where sometimes Spotify will just stop. Yeah. But basically, like, it's a fucking joke of an extra add-on, really, in my opinion. I think now the agency have slightly changed the wording to it's a DJ request service. So basically, there's no DJing, but someone will sit there and put on songs that people ask for. Yeah. If not, we'll fuck off and leave a playlist playing. Yeah. That's the difference. Yeah. And I think for years it's been sold as a DJ. In reality, it really ain't.
No, it's not.
You know, and I hate doing it. I fucking hate it. I want to go outside and just not be sat there.
Well, that's another thing. When you're with a band my old band used to be terrible for leaving me to do it, and I was like, I don't feel like this is a fair split. Do you know what I mean? Because the first time my old band had a DJ set, I think it was like 200 quid extra, and I was like, oh, I'll do it, you know. And then everyone got the gig fee, and mine was like £500 or something. They were like, what? Why did George? And it's like, we did after that, they were like, oh, can I join? And I'm like, if you do something. But anyway, so we did the gig, and I was very conscious that the next day I had to wake up at 7 for work at 8. And I was on the Isle of Wight, and the ferry back wasn't till 1 a.m. So I was like trying to sleep at every chance I could during the gig. So like
during Brown Eyed Girl.
Yeah, during Brown Eyed Girl. Yeah, during the DJ set, I may as well have been asleep because all the stick I was getting for that.
That guy's just sleeping next to an iPad.
Yeah, exactly. But so I slept on like before we got on the ferry, and I slept on the ferry. And I was like, you know, sort of awake, and I was like, okay, this is good. Like I got to my car at 2 a.m. I was like, I'm going to get home at 3. I'm going to sleep for 4 hours. It's going to be a bit shit tomorrow, but it's okay. I'll get through it, sort of thing. So anyway, I'm driving back and from the gig, Portsmouth to Brighton, and I go sort of past my hometown of Emsworth on the A27, and the oil light is sort of flashing on and off, and then the car just sort of, it started making this chugging noise, like dung 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 dung, and I was like, that doesn't sound good. So I pulled over, turned the engine off, and I turned it back on. It was just like da 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 da, and I was like, okay, the car's fucked. Like I can't, like it was, you know, it was overheating. You press the throttle down, it didn't do anything. So I was like, okay, I need to call breakdown people. So yeah, I called them, and it's a bit unknown with breakdown, as you found. It's kind of, well, as people know, it's like you don't know how long it will take, you know. So you call and they'll be like, oh yeah, we'll let you know in like 10 minutes, and 20 minutes go by, and I was like, called them back, like, hi, have you got, yeah, we're looking for someone. I was like, I could be here a while. And I was thinking, like, I'm still new at this job, and I was like, am I going to have to call in sick or something? Because I don't know when I'm going to get back. Anyway, at like 3 a.m, I get a message being like, someone's on their way. I was like, okay, cool. And this guy, can't remember his name, I think it was Steve, turned up in this van, truck thing, and he didn't even, I've heard it's like they'll try and get your car started, but he was like, fuck that, let's just get it on the truck and get him back, because he was like, the A27, there's no hard shoulder, and he was like, it's a dangerous road. And actually, when he turned up, he was like, get back on the verge or whatever. And afterwards, he apologized. He's like, sorry if I sounded rude, but like, I had to keep you safe. I was like, no, it's all good. So he put the car on the truck.
You shouldn't have been stood on top of the car.
Yeah, waving, jumping around, doing a dance. So he put the car on the truck, and it was like 3:30, or maybe later, I can't remember. But he was like, right, where do you want to go? I was like, well, Brighton. He was like, okay, off we go. And I sort of did a bit of chat.
Florida?
Yeah, yeah. How far can you go?
Yeah. You seem like a good bloke, Steve.
Yeah. Should we go to Vegas now? Yeah, no. But I was doing almost like taxi driver chat with him, so I was like,
been busy.
Yeah, literally.
What
like,
time you on till? Classic Peter Kay. Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, I've had 2 breakdowns tonight, but it was hilarious. Like his company works.
You've had some bad luck, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh no,
yeah.
you mean?
I asked him about
people.
that. He said he did have a breakdown once as a breakdown mechanic, and he had to get someone else to come and get him. And I was like, that's hilarious. But no, we sort of chatted a bit, and he got me back to Brighton, and I got home.
Was there any chat about you being a drummer?
Yeah, a little bit.
And who instigated that?
Well, I'd say it was me, because we heard like a rattling noise.
What's that? Drums?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, just
yeah. And he was like,
if you're wondering what's in the car, you might be wondering why it's a bit heavy.
There was this high pitched rattling noise. He was like, "What's that?" And he pulled
I'm
over.
a superstar.
And I was like, "Well, I have got a tambourine in the car. It might be that, like as a joke." He's like, and he was like, "Why you got a tambourine?" And I was like, "Well, I've just been to Isle of Wight and I played a gig, and that was it. He was off." Oh,
you got Apple Podcasts, Steve?
Yeah, exactly. Have a
you got
listen.
that in your truck?
Yeah.
We'll start at the beginning. A good crack, a good pop. Yeah.
We're not letting you leave until we've listened to all 75 episodes. So anyway, we get back to Brighton at like 5 a.m, and I get in, and I'm like, well, what do I do now? I've got to be up in 2 hours. But anyway, I woke up 2 hours later, had some sleep, phone work. I was like, I will come in, but I'm going to be fucked. And they were like, it's fine, just get in and we'll see what happens. And yeah, sure enough, I got in like about...
That was on your resume, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to be fucked. But we'll see what
I will come in, but I'll be fucked.
Yeah, I will come in, but expect very low standard of work. But yeah, I ended up, doing the whole day, like 12-hour shift. And then, when you're so tired that you're like wide awake. And I got home about 11 p.m. that night on 2 hours sleep. And I had to go to Southampton for something while at work, drive a work car. But I got in.
What sort of work car they got?
They got some nice stuff. They got a Saphira. I don't know. That's all I know. They just call it the Saphira. I don't know.
Yeah, Vauxhall Saphira.
Vauxhall
That's what
Saphira.
Neil's got.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. It's probably the same because it is a people carrier. And they got an automatic Peugeot. I'd never driven an automatic before.
Have you not?
No, but
what do you think?
It's quite nice. It's easier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's different. It's weird when you can feel it changing gears, but you're not changing gears.
If you're a drummer and you've only ever driven an automatic versus a drummer who's driven a manual for the same amount of time,
yeah,
who's got the best hi-hat control?
Oh, well,
does it play a part?
Does it play a part? Yeah.
Does the manual driver, lovely left foot control, constantly using it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
because on an automatic, you almost have to hide your left foot so you don't accidentally press the brake thinking it's the clutch. But anyway, I would say one more thing. I got in about 11 p.m. that night and I was buzzing. I was like, let's go out, let's do something. Well, and Alfie was like, what is, go to bed. What the fuck? So anyway, car's fucked basically.
What was going through your head?
Which bit?
Well, you know, when I had the tyre blowout, I was pretty confident I just needed a new tyre.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, once I've got a new tyre, I'm okay. Your car was going, and not working, basically. So what are you thinking?
I was thinking.
Or are you not thinking?
I was thinking this is fun. Well, when it broke down, at first I was really stressed because I was thinking I've got to be at work tomorrow, and if I'm not, I have that thing where I'm like, I'm still new. So what if they think I'm slacking if I say I can't come in? And then I just was really relaxed. I was like, well, do you know what? There's literally nothing I can do.
Nothing you can do, boy.
And I've got the messages to show that your breakdown cover will be here at 3 a.m. So if they're like, why did you come in late? Like, well, look at this,
And this was the same night me and Neil nearly got stuck in the field.
Yes.
And I woke up the next morning and I saw your text and I was just like, Christ, we are having an absolute fucking nightmare.
It's only April.
It's only April. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was funny that you messaged me. It's like, my thing isn't quite as bad, but, Yeah. But now it is fucked. And it was like that thing of, it's just on the street in Brighton. I was like, I could try and get a man out to fix it, or woman.
Or woman. You keep.
Yeah. A person, a mechanic.
Not a child, though.
No, not a child. Christ.
No.
Not doing that again. Not going to children's car parts again. Yeah, so but I was like, what if someone comes out and they're like, yeah, it's fucked, mate, and that'll be £100 for my call out. I was like, let's get a new one. So, last thing on the car, Dad and I went car shopping Saturday morning.
Does car shopping excite you?
Yeah, but I'm also...
Are you a car person?
No. So, as you said, it's that thing of you always feel like you can feel a bit stupid around someone that knows about cars.
It's got 4 wheels. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Well, that was it. Dad and I were trying to look at this car that I eventually did get.
The main question is, does it work?
It works. But we were looking at we were like, how can we tell if it's not good? We were sort of like, there's a scratch there. I don't know. But beyond that, there's no I don't know if the shaft nodule isn't sticking to the you know what I mean. It's like, if you not checked your I haven't, I don't know what it is. But anyway, I got a new car, but I can't get it till next week, but I haven't got a gig till May the something.
Well, this led on to you actually, with no vehicle, you were unable to do a gig.
Yeah, I had to dep a gig to Conor Griffiths
because was it logistics, wasn't it?
It was just I was working Friday night and I was doing a sleep in, so I'd leave work at 8 a.m, 7:30 in the morning, and then I was working Sunday all day, and I was like, if I really went for it, I could get up at come back from work Saturday, get back to mine about 9, get a hire car, go and do the gig, then come back, but then I'd have to bring the hire car back Monday or maybe Tuesday because it's bank holiday, I don't know, and it was a lot to it. And I was like, do you know what? Let's just dep it out. And as soon as Connor could do it, I was like, it's relaxed now. It's now I could have that day to find a car because that was the only day I could actually go and find a car as well. So sometimes you got to do that. But I think their gig went all right in the end. But yeah, it was a shame to lose a gig, but
full-time job now, isn't it?
Full-time job. But yeah.
So what new car have you got?
Volkswagen Golf, I think. Don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
Colour?
Silver. 1.4 engine.
Petrol, diesel?
Petrol. 50.
How old is the car? What's the old? Don't give the whole registration out, but what year are we talking?
2008. So
Same as mine.
Yeah, it's kind of it's fairly similar to the car I had before, because this is the other thing. I was like, do I go, right, I've got a salary job now, let's get a finance, pay £150, £200 a month for a car, or just get one that's, a couple of grand. Went for the couple of grand option, because I think it's if you're going to do the finance thing, get a new one. I don't know. I don't know enough about cars, but we were looking up like second-hand cars, and it's just weird. You buy them second-hand, but you never really own it, and you don't actually own it until you've paid the last thing, and even then, they can charge more. Or I don't know.
Is anything ever truly ours?
Yeah, exactly.
You buy a PlayStation game on, you buy it on the PlayStation Store and you download it. Technically, you don't own the game. You've essentially licensed it.
Really?
To be able to play it.
Yeah. It's like renting a movie on YouTube. I always thought that was weird. I've never done that, and I was always like, that seems odd, like. But yeah, that was my gig. You had a gig.
I did have a gig. I think maybe because I want to talk about sound limiters again, but something quite specific with that gig. So I might save that for next time.
Yeah.
If that's okay with you.
It's fine by me.
But we got the old coronation coming up, isn't it?
We do. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not involved.
No. Did they not ask you to do something for it?
No, busy because I've actually got a gig.
Oh,
which is a coronation party.
Yeah.
And it was booked very last minute. And it's been a fucking nightmare trying to find musicians. Absolute nightmare. And it doesn't help when one of them double booked themselves. So that's what actually I spent some of my bank holiday doing, was trying to find someone
a singer
to do this gig. And you get to a point you're like, I mean, we might just have to do it as a 4-piece and give him some money back because no one's available.
No.
Just no one in the world. No one who we trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who has any sort of CV. So yeah, people are, I'm sure my dad's available, but actually he's probably not.
No,
but
coronation.
Yeah. But yeah, and another bank holiday coming up.
Yeah. It's too many.
Crazy. I'll tell you what I have done actually. I've been quite good at, I've looked at my diary for the next couple of months. So I've got plenty of gigs. And what's mental is the gigs are coming in really last minute.
Yeah, really last minute.
Like you've just had one coming for like 20th of May.
Yeah, thank God for Conor Griffiths, because he can do my Wildwood Sky gig that day as well. But yeah, very last minute.
And I've been going through the diary and basically going like, I've got plenty of studio work and I've just been a bit more methodical and going, I'm already working these days. I've already got this in the diary. I'm going to like actually designate days off. Very easy to fill. Oh yeah, I am free that Thursday.
Yeah.
But just to not overwhelm myself.
Yeah, totally.
For those sort of couple of months, and you have to look ahead. And so actually, I've got the next bank holiday off as well.
Nice.
But yeah, the gig coming up is way down in like Exeter, so it's a bit of a. So I've got some admin to do for that. It's only like 4 days away or something.
Yeah.
But finally got a lineup.
Nice.
But it should be okay.
Yeah.
Just got to sort it out, innit? But that's what makes me laugh sometimes. These people, they don't know. They've booked the band.
Yeah.
They don't know who's turning up.
No.
I don't know who's turning up.
No.
I didn't know who was turning up until yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. And they do think it's the people in the video. But
absolutely,
it's not. But it's rare.
2 of us from the video will be there.
Yeah.
Out of the 5.
And the funny thing is, Elliott,
and the other 2 have never played for my band before.
Some of them never played in a function band before, Yeah, Elliott, I remember when he used to start depping for my old band years ago, and he used to turn up instead of our singer Josh. Josh was a lovely lad, but Elliott is very good looking. And every time he depped, people would be like, that singer, they'd sort of come up to me subtly and be like, that singer, he's not the singer in the promo. I was like, no, sorry about that. And I started explaining and they'd be like, no, it's fine. Like, it's gorgeous, isn't he? And I was just like, oh, we got away with that, So I think the point being, if you're going to dep someone, make it, an attractive long-haired man, because no one will mind. Are we rounding this episode off then?
I think we will, yeah. I think we will. But hopefully that's the end of car troubles.
Yeah.
Because it's been a right old start.
Yeah.
We've got a few things to talk about next week. Pre-planned.
Yeah.
That'll do, won't it?
Yeah, it will do. And when this drops, I'll be on a flight to Vegas. Vegas? Greece. I've got Vegas on my mind.
Oh, yeah, you're off to Greece on your hag.
On the hag, dude.
On the hag.
I don't know what time the flight is, but I know we've got to get the train at like 5 a.m. So I'll be travelling.
Up to Old Gatty.
Yeah, Gatty. Gatwick's so close from Brighton. It's nice. You forget. It's like less
Is it
than
the
half
M23?
hour. No, we'd get on the train, but yeah.
I know, but
Yeah,
the M23, innit?
big time.
Big time.
Yeah.
Well, have a good time.
Cheers. And to all listening, enjoy your quiche on Saturday, because that's one more thing on the coronation. So here's a question. Might seem stupid, might not. Coronation chicken, did that originate when the Queen was coronated?
Yeah, I believe it did.
Yeah, so the quiche, that's originating now. Do you reckon it will catch on like chicken? Do you reckon you'll see coronation quiche in supermarkets from now on? And what's in it?
Well, I think in general as a nation we're becoming less royalist, less religious.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's a bit mad with the people at the top.
Oh yeah, that's true.
A revolt is coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's just all gone slightly awry.
It has. I think that's the difference. People put up with the Queen because everyone was like, do you know what? I like her. But now old sausage fingers is here.
Well, that's what they should be embracing for the coronation food. Coronation sausages.
Yeah, exactly.
And you get 5 attached to a burger.
Yeah, and they make...
the king's hand.
And they should have the packet is just like, his hand,
or
but his sausages.
You're talking quiche. Where's that coming from?
Well, isn't that the thing? They've making a coronation quiche for... Yeah.
The king's... Because I just thought the king's quiche, like the king's speech.
No, I wasn't just ripping. No, they...
No, but why are they not playing into that? They should... But I think they should, Asda, Aldi... That's the sort of thing Asda would do, isn't it?
Well,
the king's hand.
No, my point is...
It's a burger with 5 fat sausages coming out of it.
Let me just Google...
Kiss the hand. Kiss the alderman.
I know we're about done, but...
Kiss the king.
I've got to
Kiss
Google.
the bishop. Bashing the bishop.
What is in the coronation quiche? The official coronation quiche recipe, fucking hell, for King Charles III crowning contains spinach, broad beans and tarragon. It sounds awful. I mean, spinach is all right, but broad beans, which might be a nod to his sustainable agricultural commitment. But point being, I didn't even think about coronation chicken as like, oh, that came from the coronation. So, but now people have it in sandwiches, like, oh, I love, because they like it. But will the quiche catch on? Will it be up there with a Lorraine in terms of quiche? Do you know what I mean?
Famously named after Lorraine Kelly.
Exactly, yeah. Who knows? We'll find out. In a few years if it's in the supermarkets.
I still like my king's hand idea. The cheap meats.
Yeah.
The king's hand.
Yeah.
Get that on the barbecue.
Yeah. It's bloated sausage fingers.
Yeah. I'm not going to watch any of it.
No.
Nah.
I'll be in Greece. I'm not going to...
Wouldn't it be funny if he... Nah.
Are you going to say died?
Yeah.
Well, to put it bluntly, and I don't think this is wrong to say, it's not going to be long before the next coronation. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be king for 70 years like the Queen was. Do you know what I mean?
No, definitely not. Doesn't matter how much quiche he eats.
Exactly. Doesn't matter how organic those broad beans are. Quiche is full of egg and cheese at the same time. Oh, we should probably end it. I'm just talking about quiche. But do write in.
Well, yeah.
And if you want to know about
how are you spending the coronation?
Yeah.
Make the king's hand, a burger and 5 sausages. Send your pictures in. Instagram, Twitter, email. Yeah.
I can see it on a
I would
Spoon's
make
menu.
one, but I'm gigging.
Yeah.
I'm gigging. I'll be out all day.
What's the burger? Is that his head or something? Or
that's the palm, isn't it? That's like the palm.
Okay, yeah. I got it. Yeah.
And then you got just 5 fat sausages.
Yeah.
Coming out.
There you go. Okay, now. Right. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.